Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be an episode on the cold air making its way into the west, not the east this time. This time it's going to be into the west. So areas like California, Washington, Oregon, Nevada will all be getting lots of snow and rain if you're in the lower elevations. And this is really good news because there's a lot of catching up to do. The Pretty much anywhere in the west has been below average on snowfall, so it's very good news. But before this video starts, guys, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. You don't know how much it helps me. Please, guys, thank you so much if you did it. Now let's move on to the video. So first off, we got to look at what the GFS is pointing out with how the radar is going to look like. So whether it's going to be raining or snowing, and you can see there's first storm moving in around the upcoming Wednesday, so in 2 days, into the Pacific Northwest. That'll lead to several inches of snow, and then some moisture from the south will also swoop in and bring some rain to Arizona and New Mexico for lower elevations, but higher elevations we'll see some snowfall. So that's very good news. And that snow continues for several days before another storm passes through in the Pacific Northwest, and that sends quite a bit of snow into the Rockies. And keep in mind, the temperatures will be colder than average. So some areas where most of the season has been rain could be turning into snow, since there's going to be much colder temperatures, and cold temperatures mean snow. And then this is the third storm that looks, as of now, the most powerful. You could see some heavy snow accumulating into the Cascade Mountains, and that spreads into the east. But we won't be talking about the east this time around because that we'll just take that for a different video. But you can see, and then the fourth storm rolls along, and a fifth storm, and a sixth storm, and a seventh is starting to. So a lot of rain, a lot of moisture for areas where they need it. So this is very good news. Now let's look at how much total snowfall will fall, and let's bring it all the way to 240 hour, the limit that it goes to show you how much snow falls. And you could see that is some white colors, so that's above 48 inches. Now that may seem like a ton of snow, but areas in the Rockies have been, I mean, that is a lot of snow, because all at once in the next 248 hours, that is a lot of snow. But again, these areas are used to getting this much snow, so it's not like you'd be getting 48 inches in the east, because that would be insane. But 48 inches in the west is quite a bit, but again, it's not as unmanageable as here in the east. So this is very good news. You can see the Sierras not getting too awfully much, but the Pacific Northwest will be getting quite a bit of snow. So if there's people watching from the Pacific Northwest, you most likely will be getting some form of precipitation, either snow or rain, depending on your exact elevation. Now let's look at the CMC total snowfall, which points out even more snowfall. You could see that is white, 48 inches, and a general more swath across the. Look at this, Colorado Rockies Front Range right here would be getting quite a good dose of snow, and they haven't had snow this whole season. I know there's a lot of skiers that are complaining because there's no snow in the Vail, Keystone, those famous ski resorts have no snow. So it's going to be good. And look at these Cascades just hammered by that snow. So this is going to be good news. Now let's look at the temperatures, 2-meter air temperatures. Actually, no, let's look at the 2-meter air temperature anomalies. And let's bring this back to 0 hours. And so it starts off cold in the east, but then the east warms up into the 40s and 50s. You could see there the warm air is intruding, but the west doesn't stay too awfully warm at all. You could see most of the east is going to be warm and the west is going to be cold. So areas where there's been rain falling most of the season, there could be some snow. And again, there will be some warm ups. It won't be constantly below average, but most of the time it will be cold. And you could see as we go on further and further in, that is some bitter cold air right there, guys. That is up to 12, 16, 20 degrees below average. So that is some very cold air. And this isn't maybe wondering, well, don't the mountains you get cold air? Well, this isn't just showing you cold air. This is showing you based on the average. So if there's let's say Reno, Nevada, let's say they have an average of, I don't really know what the average for Reno is, but let's say that their average is around 30 degrees. Well, then they'll be getting around 10, 20 degrees with this cold air. I don't think the average is 30 in Reno, but I'll just need to make sure, but I'm not sure about that. But I'm just giving you guys an example. So you can see the east staying much warmer and the west staying much colder. But this is something definitely to watch. And if you're wondering how the actual temperatures are doing, then you could see that there's going to be some bitter cold temperatures across much of this nation. 27, 24, and this is all negative, negative 27. And it doesn't really go up into the high elevations, but up in the high elevation mountains, it could be negative 30s and 40s. So, but the radars and the location sites don't go up that high, so it doesn't really catch along with it that well. But you can see a lot of cold air coming for the west, a lot of snow. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be making more videos on this. Please consider subscribing and liking the video. As always, see you guys in the next episode.